Hey, yo, what's good? Welcome back to another episode 60 officially. Today is February 26th. Yes, only a few days left of the month, and it is a leap year this year, so there's 29 days this month, so don't forget that extra day. And if it's your birthday on the 29th, well, happy, I don't know how old you are, 8 years old or something like that? I don't even know anymore. That being said, welcome in. My name is Form. This is Formcast, and this week, not a whole lot of crazy things to talk about. However, a few things, IRL and streaming. This past weekend, I went to a wedding. It was out of town, about 3 hours away, in some sort of secluded country area, and it was some ski resort that's like got golfing in the summertime and all this kind of thing, fancy hotel and all that kind of shindig, and that's where everything went down, and it was a good time. It reminded me that since I don't drink alcohol, the older I get, it's a lot harder to have fun without the alcohol when people are a little bit younger than you at the wedding. Sadly, that just really made me feel horrible about being, yes, 34 years old. But it made me realize that, yes, I can dance. Yes, I can have fun. And I did. But there's a lot of people that just can't do that anymore. And it's getting harder and harder to do when I'm not, under any influence of any alcohol, even just one beer or one drink of any sorts. That's just the way I like to do things in my life. I don't drink very much, and but it made me quickly realize that I was like, you know what? I'm not as like limber and as like willing to like jump around and dance like crazy anymore. I don't know if it's because my knees are hurting or I'm just a little bit more reserved, but it was a good time regardless. But it made me think of that. One funny thing did happen was I knew the groom's side of the family, and I don't know anybody on the bride's side except the bride herself. And there was someone from the bride's side who he was just kind of walking around with his girlfriend and whatnot on as people were dancing and all that. And he comes up to me, he's like, "Oh, I'm so and so." And to be honest, if he ever listens to this episode for some reason, I apologize. I do not remember his name. He was really tall, and he's a chemical engineer. I think I was thrown by the chemical engineering because when he asked me what I did, I said I'm a Twitch streamer. I don't know if you know what Twitch is. And it's always that weird thing of like explaining what I do to people who don't really know what Twitch is or what live streaming might be or what it might involve. But luckily, he was like, okay, oh, all right, all right. And then I asked him what he did, and he said chemical engineering. So we were kind of, yeah, it was funny. It was funny. And his girlfriend's doing her master's, by the way, in some sort of like crazy smart thing as well. That being said, it was funny to like be in a public setting, which large group settings for me don't really happen often anymore. A lot of it is just like family things and family gatherings, which are not, anywhere near the size of a wedding, and with people that you don't know. So it was funny to be asked like what I do and all this kind of stuff. There was some older, folks from the families who were also kind of asking what I do because I had never met them before. And the older crowd had a little bit more difficult time understanding what it was. But I'm glad that this young feller, he was pretty on it. And the funniest part was 20 minutes later, I don't even know, could have been more, could have been less. He comes back, right? I see him eyeing me up and he starts walking over. I'm like, oh God, please don't talk about chemical engineering. I cannot have a conversation about this. I don't know anything about it. And he says, so what games do you play? And I was like, all right, my man's a gamer. My man's a gamer. So I explained, a few different things, yada, yada, yada. And he's like, I play COD. I play COD once in a while, not very often. I don't get much time. And in my head, I said, no crapola. You don't. You're a goddamn chemical engineer. Pretty sure that doesn't come with like time off. I don't know. If it does, your brain don't shut off. I can guarantee you that much. Anyways, it was a fun thing. It was a fun experience to have at a wedding. And it was a really good weekend. It was good to get away. And it reminded me that it's okay to, change the schedule up a little bit, remove stream time, not go live, while you're away just to go live and keep the days going or whatever it might be. It was nice to get away. And it was nice to see the reception of when I went live last night. Despite being tired, I traveled back yesterday. Despite being tired and having things to do and all that, I went live regardless. And it was nice of the to have the reception of community members saying like, "Oh, we missed you. Like, how are you? How was the weekend? How was the wedding?" Like, just very, very genuinely interested in how my days went. And glad to see me after not being live for a good 48 hours or whatever it was. Back, kind of using that as a segue to go towards the streaming things of the past week. I am still shocked. I wouldn't say mind blown, but I'm still shocked that here I am, multiple streams in a row, playing Need for Speed, playing American Truck Sim. We played Euro Truck Sim the other day. I'm continuously shocked by the amount of new people that come and hang out with us and that find us and that are so into like driving games, sim games. We've had some people even mention things about like Farm Simulator and Construction Simulator and all these things. And it's really opened up my eyes to the fact that I was so scared to go away from FPS shooters. Now, do I play Valorant once in a while still? Yes. Do I play COD? No, I still have not reinstalled it despite people wanting me to. And I did tell the boys that I usually ran with, that if there was some cash tourneys they wanted to enter, I would definitely reinstall and warm up and get it done. But that being said, I was so scared and I took this shot and it's paid off tremendously in happiness. Yes, we've included things like, controlling my vehicle with bits and making me crash because, when it happens, I can't control what's going on and all these things, right? But when it comes to changing content, the amount of horrified thoughts you have as a content creator is tremendous because you're scared of people not enjoying it anymore, losing viewers that were maybe only there to watch a certain game, which no, like ill will towards anybody who only watches a streamer for a certain game. When Nick Merckx, for example, would play Warzone, Call of Duty with Tim and them, and then he stopped completely and he played Apex, I didn't really care to watch him anymore because I just found his personality and his way of being on stream was different when playing that game, which makes perfect sense. So not everyone's going to stick around, so it's a risk, especially as a smaller streamer. And I'm so glad that we have. And again, day after day, I mean, Need for Speed Heat, it was gifted to me. It was a $4 game. It was gifted to me by a community member. Said, here, check it out. You got a wheel now? Go check it out. It's a racing game instead of playing American Truck Sim where it's like a slower paced thing, right? Where it's more objective oriented in terms of, picking up some deliveries, making the delivery, driving the routes, all that kind of stuff, fixing your truck, upgrading, whatever. Need for Speed, drive around, customize your car, all that kind of stuff, police chases. It is a game that is not super popular, yet I'm pretty sure every time I've gone live with Need for Speed, I'm going to say 95% of the time, we've had new people come in saying, I used to play the Heat, or I used to play Need for Speed a lot of reminiscing about Need for Speed Underground, Hot Pursuit, Most Wanted, all the games back in the day when I was younger. I think we had said 2003 Need for Speed Underground or something like that. I was like 12, 13 years old. I love those games. And people are coming in, reminiscing about it. They're joining the community. They're joining the Discord. They're coming back to streams and hanging out with us, seeing where we are, suggesting customizations for cars, different cars, all these things. And on a game that I never even thought I would be playing. So that being said, I got gifted Assetto Corsa, which is a little bit more technical racing game. I haven't played it yet. I might try and play a little offline beforehand because I heard it was really, really technical. I'm not that amazing of a driver yet. Okay, I'm going to admit we crash, we roll over, but we win our races. And in American Truck Sim, we deliver our packages on time. Formidable loads ain't no joke. But that being said, it's just another thing that opens my eyes and says, look, you took the chance and you're happier. It's not necessarily like how many subs do you get all of a sudden? How many bits do you get? Are more people coming in? Is your average going up? It's like, are you happier? Because when you're happier, everyone's having a better time. You could have 20 people in your chat. You could have 200. If you're 200 and you're miserable and upset and annoyed, nobody's going to really want to support you that much for very long. But when you got 20 or so and you're just happy, it goes a long way for yourself and your viewers. So, I mean, that's all I got for the week, but it's very eye-opening. One, I can still dance on the dance floor and hold my own, and my suit still fits. Thank God. Those things are expensive. And two, in the content creation, world, I should say, sometimes you got to take that leap, take that chance. And oftentimes you see yourself saying, wow, that paid off. So if there's something I want you guys to do this week to end the month of February, do something that might be taking a chance, taking a risk, something you've wanted to do, something you've been dreaming to do, something you're like, I need to take that first step. And I guarantee you that if you take that first step, you'll see yourself in the future saying, wow, that paid off. Thank you so much for listening and downloading the podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all episodes on YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube, please, if you can. It really helps us out to keeping these things going. And again, thanks for the support. We'll see you next time. Cheers.